네, 요즘 MZ세대를 중심으로 리셀 시장이 크게 성장하고 있습니다. 이 리셀은 한정판 제품 또는 고가의 희소성 있는 상품을 사고 파는 거래를 말하죠. 이 거래가 이루어질수록 더 높은 가격을 기록하면서 2030 세대에게는 핫한 재테크로 자리 잡았습니다. 오늘 더 CEO에서는 글로벌 1위 리셀 플랫폼인 이 스탁엑스의 스캇커틀러 CEO를 모시고 앞으로의 리셀 시장 전망과 또 스탁엑스의 리셀 시장 공략 전략을 들어보겠습니다. Nice to meet you, Scott.
So great to be here. Thank you.
Would you say hello to our viewers?
I'm ScotThe, CEO of StockX. Thank you so much for welcoming to your beautiful country.
Okay, to begin with, though I briefly mentioned what the resale market is, but I want you to introduce the market in your company, StockX, please.
Well, StockX is a marketplace, which is a platform for connecting buyers and sellers that are really interested in buying, trading, or consuming what we call current culture, sneakers, accessories, apparel, collectibles. And so it's a platform that operates globally to connect buyers and sellers from anywhere around the world.
Okay, I've heard that StockX is in a leading position in the global resale market. How much have you grown over the past few years, and what was the engine of growth?
We've had tremendous growth. We're a startup still. We were founded in 2016. Last year, we had almost 300 million visitors that came to our site. We're trading over 1 million products a month, servicing customers in over 200 countries and territories around the world. And so we've grown tremendously over the last numbers of years. We're best known for our position in the sneakers marketplace. But as sneakers is converging now with fashion and high fashion, we found that opportunity to expand into other categories in apparel and accessories and so on.
Okay, so how much has this resale market itself grown, and how much do you expect it to grow in the future?
Well, the resale market across the categories that we serve is hundreds of billions of US dollars on an annual basis. The sneaker resale market itself is projected to be over 30 billion US dollars globally by 2030, and it's been growing significantly faster than the rest of e-commerce globally.
Okay, so as the resale market grows, there are more competitors than before, right?
Yes, you have marketplaces ranging in geographies, in localities, as well as marketplaces that are serving all sorts of different types of customers, but we compete in a global landscape of marketplaces.
So I wonder what makes StockX unique in this market?
StockX is unique because we provide to our customers access to products that you can't get typically from the brand or from the retail outlet. And so when you think about a product, for example, that might be released in Korea or in Japan or in the United States or in London, that product is available to our customers in the 200 countries and territories that we serve around the world. And so it's that idea that a customer from anywhere around the world could be inspired by what they see from an athlete, an influencer, an artist, and be able to have access to that product that they may not be able to get locally, wherever they are.
Okay. How many countries are there in the overseas market?
In the overseas, again, we serve customers in over 200 countries and territories around the world. Our largest market is the United States, but we have a significant presence in Asia broadly, as well as in Europe.
So what are the strategies for global expansion?
So for us, we've expanded our business globally by operating what we call authentication centers in 13 different locations around the world. Last year in September, for example, we opened up an authentication center here in Seoul, Korea. And when we open up an authentication center in a region, we provide our sellers on our platform the opportunity to sell and reach buyers in other places around the world. And then we authenticate and verify that product locally and make that product available to a buyer somewhere else around the world.
Okay, so you seem to be interested in Korean market. So in terms of resale market, what kind of attractions do you think the Korean market has?
Well, what's very unique about Korea is it's a marketplace that that when you think about fashion, when you think about couture, when you think about e-commerce, Korea is at the convergence of all of those things. And so the social trends that influence the Korean customer also are setting trends for consumers around the world. And so when we looked at markets that we felt we needed to be at and to have a presence in, Korea was one of those top markets, not only for the trends, but the way consumers interact with the market today.
Okay, is there any characteristic of the Asian market?
Well, the Asian market has very unique attributes with respect to some fashion trends. I'd say generally our consumer is under the age of 35. But when you look at some of the trends in Asia, some brands are growing faster than others. In sneakers, for example, Asics, Hoka are brands that are growing significantly. Here in Korea, Stussy, a collaboration between Supreme and Burberry. Those have been brands that have been growing tremendously at rates much higher than other places around the world. And so as a platform that enables access to brands, what we see is real unique geographic trends in our various markets.
Okay, as you know, the Korean resale market, such as Naver, is doing quite well and doing very actively and aggressively. So is there a specific Korean market strategy?
So for us in Korea, we look at Korea as a place where we are exporting products that our sellers are acquiring here in Korea and largely delivering that product for a buyer in another geography. We also have buyers that are located in this market. But because we have an authentication center that operates here in Seoul, we're able to authenticate product that's purchased here and then be able to deliver that to consumers wherever they are around the world.
I want to ask you what do you think that StockX is a fashion company or a platform company? What do you focus on?
Well, it's a platform that serves the fashion industry.
Okay.
So platform for us means we don't own inventory, we don't create our own products. We have hundreds of brands that are represented on the platform. The catalog of products on our platform is over 150,000 products that are available. And the platform, again, gives that opportunity for both sellers to sell onto the marketplace as well as buyers to consume. Or what we also see is an emerging trend is people that trade product, where the trading of product on our platform is an economic opportunity. You invest in the products, you might then resell or trade again on the platform. And so many people are looking at the things that are traded on StockX as a way to create wealth, to create economic opportunity. And that's unique for our platform.
Okay, and I want to ask you about the customer generation. Actually, in Korea, the resale market is focused on the younger generation. So what about the American market?
The American market is very similar. Again, when you look at the demographic of our consumer, it skews to the younger audience. But that younger audience is also pulling in the older generation that is seeing where those consumers are shopping. And so we see great growth in that demographic. The other thing that's been really interesting as we've been in this business now for several years is the growth of the female buyer and demographic, particularly in the core sneakers area. The convergence of sneakers and fashion has been a trend that has been highlighted certainly over the last couple of years. And now female as a buyer on StockX represents a third of our buyers.
Okay, and some companies, including Nike, have been quite negative about the resale market. So how will you overcome the frictions over this problem?
One of the challenges that many brands face is that they produce a product and there is so much more demand for that product than they can supply. And so in any instance where the brand releases fewer products than the consumer wants, a resale market exists. Or when product is released by a brand in a specific geography, but yet an influencer or an athlete wears that product and then another geography wants to buy that product, that's why resale market exists. And so we recognize that brands at times don't really want that to happen. However, anytime there is more demand than there is supply, a resale market is going to exist.
Okay, thank you so much. Lastly, please say a word to the Korean consumers.
Well, again, on behalf of StockX, we really thank you for the opportunity to be here. And we think of StockX as a global community, a community where if you are a seller, you have the opportunity to create an economic opportunity, or as a buyer, you have opportunity to get access to product that you can't get anywhere else. And so for that, it's a really unique opportunity for us to be here.
네, 오늘 스탁엑스에 대해서 함께 알아봤는데요. 과거에는 이 몇몇 소수의 투자자들의 관심을 받았던 리셀 시장, 어느덧 이렇게 커졌습니다. 앞으로가 더 기대되는 리셀 시장에 대해 오늘 함께 알아봤습니다. 이 리셀 시장 어떤 모습으로 성장할지 지켜보시면서 투자 기회로 삼아보시는 것도 좋겠습니다. 오늘 한국경제TV 글로벌마켓 더 CEO 저희가 준비한 시간은 여기까지입니다. 시청해주신 여러분 고맙습니다. Okay, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Scott.